Hi, part 2 of the Hydramatic rear servo adjustment technique, my technique. I just said that you could see the self-adjusting mechanism working, and that is this nut here, which it's hard to see on this. You might see it better when it's operating, but which is turned by a little arm that is attached at the top end to the lever here, and has a tang at the bottom then that catches these little hooks. Now, each one of these little I'm pointing at is a little hook. So I'll show you it operating, and I realise the noise of the air is drowns me out. So, but watch the nut. You can see the little tang pulling the nut round, and as the pressure relieves, the lever backs off, and the little tang slides back and grabs the next hook. And eventually, if I do this long enough, what this is doing is it's screwing the nut out on that rod you can see at the bottom of it, and clamping the band more tightly each time the nut turns. And eventually, if I keep doing this, the band will become, or the servo stroke will become small enough that the tang can't grab the next little hook, and that's when you're adjusted to the correct point. Except I've found it's not the correct point. I don't know why, but I find if I work this, work the servo here until the adjuster stops adjusting, the rod is still significantly extended from where it should be. I'm not sure what to make of that, because I've checked the geometry of the adjuster, and it pans out. The way it's designed is it will set the rod where it does set the rod, and I'm finding it significantly longer. In other words, it clamps the band less when it's adjusted by the self-adjuster as compared to what you're supposed to adjust it with the special tool. So you can see the adjuster nut. Where's my screwdriver? You can see the adjuster nut is actually screwed out. There's some of this internal rod showing. What I want to do now, and what the manual says, is to turn this adjuster back down so that you have the full range of the adjuster nut for if you're putting new bands on and there's maybe a lot of some wear in. It gives the adjuster nut the full chance to extend and return the clamping load. So what I've done is I've applied air again, because the adjuster nut clamped the band and I couldn't turn the adjuster rod by hand. So I've applied air, unscrewed the adjuster rod, and I can now, because the band's loose, I can turn this nut